Welcome back to another episode of High Strung Gaming, and we are back on the red planet on Mars here. So, last time we escaped the Alpha Base after the explosion. We are in our little life pod here. We were able to set up a couple basic things. Let's see. Let's make sure that my helmet is
Suit
on.
pressurized.
There we go. Always make sure your helmet's on if you don't see the little HUD at the very top and the helmet view around the very corners there. Always make sure that you have your helmet on, and if you absolutely want to make sure in your inventory your helmet is on the helmet space there. Okay. Because if I open this door without the helmet on, I die instantly. Let's see. Suit battery is down a little bit. Hunger's down a little bit. Everything else is okay for now. So, let's see. Processed food consumed. That is our last meal that's on us, but I think there are more somewhere else. We have the 46 that we made before we came here, but I think there's more up here. Yep. Okay. Let's take that. Is there anything else left up in these that I haven't gotten? Universal repair kit and medium circuit board. Okay, cool. Well, let me check one thing. Blueprints. Under our blueprints, under living, there is the workshop. We have all the materials. We have the fuses. They're just stowed, and the medium circuit board is up in that storage bin we just saw. Let's go ahead and grab that. Let's grab our fuses, not the dead ones. I want the good ones. Alright. Alright. Out into the world. This has been charging. What's the charge at? 100%. Awesome. That is perfect. Well, that means let me go ahead and pick this up. And I'm going to hold this to recharge my suit battery. Takes a little while at this station. You know what? Actually, it takes so long. I'm going to do something else. Where are our other suit batteries? So we have 2 other full suit batteries. I'm just gonna go ahead and swap that out for right now. Alright, that can go there. Thought I had some more meals up here, but I guess not. So, we'll go ahead and grab the... Oh, wait, no, I do. I just got them already. Derp. Not thinking. Okay. Hydration. Because hydration is key. No power. Oh. These are covered in dust. It's also covered in dust. Okay, I didn't realize I had a dust storm. Okay, so occasionally with different weather conditions, you can have things like a dust storm or tornadoes. There's also dust devils that appear. And when that happens, you're going to need some CO2. And where? Did I put it down in here? Where's my sprayer? Another CO2 bottle. Do I not have the sprayer? I thought I had the sprayer. That's not it. That's a planting tool. That's a blowtorch. And it's not here. So where's my sprayer? Did the game eat my sprayer? Do I already have it in here? No. Well, good thing we can make another one. Let's go in here and make sure we have the items. Yeah, we have some materials in here. Okay, printing. We need... Not any of that. Watch the tech not be available for me. Oh, air compressor. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So with the air compressor, go ahead and add one of those. Since I don't know what happened to my other one. You need to use the air compressor on anything that's covered in dust. So you can go up, you see from the bottom, you can see it's kind of dirty. Top looks dirty. That means it's not gonna, it's not gonna be as effective. This is covered in dust. And this is covered in dust. So anything that's covered, anything that has solar that's covered in dust, obviously is not going to get the benefit from the sun. So, like this right now, not pumping anything, and because of that, I also can't fill my water bottle off of it because it has no power. So after a dust storm or anything like that, really important that you clear off anything that has solar panels. But the other thing that I discovered previously is that... Oh, and your... Even though it says air compressor, it uses CO2. Okay? Just to let you know. So anyway, you can go up here and just kind of blow and blow and blow. Alright. That is cleared off. Another thing I discovered, a lot of people are like, well, this is just a battery. I don't need to, spray that off. But buildings and structures that have dust on them, even if they don't have a solar panel, if they're covered in dust and you leave them like that, over time, they will actually get damaged. So it's either sprayed off and get the dust off of it, and then repair it later, and it'll still have dust on it, or spray it off now. You don't have to worry about repairing it later. Okay. There's my air compressor. CO2, CO2. Cool. Now, one thing that you want to do, one of the first main buildings that you're going to want to build is, if I remember, this one, the workshop. Workshop's going to be essential for opening up a lot of early game stuff. Personally, I don't like building right here where it starts me. It's fine, it's not bad, but there are other areas where, for example, on the map, you can tell that this area here, hold on, this is where we're at, this spot. You can tell that this area, compared to this little spot, this area is huge and open and nice and flat. The only thing is, I checked over here and there aren't any water sources over here. Which, you have brown spots on the surface like this, but none of them showed up with water. So that bothered me. So we're building over here. Let's see. Workshop. And see the little bouncing yellow arrow? That's going to be inputs for the workshop. It has inputs for power, oxygen, and water. Initially, to start off with, I'm not going to worry about the water and the oxygen just yet, but later on, those will be considerations. And also power is a consideration. Since my water is over here, and I'm building to this side, I want to rotate this around, so that way the water input is toward where the water is. Makes sense, right? Okay. I'm going to line that up almost completely with the water here. But I don't want it directly next to it. I want some space over there. Why did you escalate? Okay. Don't want you that high. That's a good spot. There. All right. Handy dandy blowtorch. Start building this baby up. Takes a lot of materials, but like I said, we've got everything available, so we might as well put this up now. The sooner you can build this, the better. I'll show you why. Another consideration, this is a building base room that can hold oxygen and atmosphere. To do that, that means you need to have not just one airlock, but 2 airlocks. So think about it like this. You have a room with a sealed door. And on one side of the room, you have all this pressure and oxygen and everything. On the other side, you have the vacuum of space. You only have one single door. What happens? Sucks everything out of the room. So you have to use 2 airlock doors so that you have a little area that seals it off. A little pocket, so to speak. Now, as you expand your base, you'll probably want some airlock doors in between sections with a single airlock, which is fine. But other parts of your base, if you want to compartmentalize your base, you'll want double airlocks in between the areas that you're compartmentalizing. All right. So the next thing, need airlocks. These are pretty cheap. Want 2. And I want a ramp to make it easy to get up and down. There we go. Let's build everything up. These build quick. There we go. Now, we have this structure. It has no power, so the doors are not going to automatically open. You can still get in here, just utilize the manual.
Low pressure warning. External pressure dropping.
So here we go. This is your brand new workshop. A couple things. You have a panel here. A lot of people use workshops for the start of their plants, hydroponic stuff. Absolutely. I like to use my first workshop for structure, and I have plenty of food right now that I don't need to worry about planting stuff at this moment. Right now, the workshop as it is with the airlocks, because the airlocks also take power, it needs 15 units of power. But it has none. So that's why it's dark in here, so on and so forth. Another item that we want to build. Let's see. Nope, nope, nope. Do I not have it unlocked? I thought I had one unlocked. Maybe not. Okay. Definitely want the chem lab. Chem lab is something that they added after I had quit playing last time. So the whole chemistry tree is new to me. But I do know that you need to unlock certain things in your tech tree in chemistry. So, for example, like electricity here. Okay. Here we go. Requires performing reaction silicon purification. Anytime it says requires performing reaction, it's talking about the chemistry tree. You know, sulfuric acid production. That's another reaction. There's another reaction here. Silicon purification. Materials tree. Here's another one. Silicon purification. Oh no, rubber vulcanization rather. Water electrolysis. There's a whole bunch of different things that you will need to unlock in chemistry. Silicon purification again. What's this? Those are not, but both of these are. So as you can see, there's a lot of chemistry unlocks before you can get to certain points in the tech trees, the other tech trees. So we're here. We can do some of this stuff, but we're going to need power to do that. Now that I've added that, you'll notice the power's gone up to 20. So my small...
Equalizing pressure.
My small solar panel over here puts out 5 megawatts per hour. So we are going to use our grinder, take this down. Another thing to note with panels like this, you'll notice the sockets over here. If I start grinding this from this side, that socket is going to throw sparks out and it's going to zap me and affect my health. It's better to stand back at a distance back here. I'll show you. See how it's throwing sparks out? If you stand in front of those sparks on the other side, the electrical sparks will shock you. I'm going to grind this up too, because we're going to need it. But I'm going to want it on that side. So there's that. And if I'm not mistaken, for batteries, I also need another small circuit board. We have some in here. Open. Small circuit board. There we go. Come on. All right. Might as well ride this over there simply because that's where our power is going to be in the future. So you don't want your solar cells to be built in the shade, obviously. We could put our solar cells on this side. It's closer to the connection. However, notice that your connection's here and your water's here. My water is over there. That would mean that my power is going to cross over my water lines. It doesn't matter for the game. It really doesn't, but I'm picky like that. I could build on this side and they won't cross, but then when I expand the base, which is probably coming out in this direction, it'll be problematic. So as much as I hate to do it, I'm going to have a water line crossing my power lines. It sucks, but sometimes it's inevitable. All right, so electricity. We want somewhere for our power to be stored, so we want our battery pack. Rotate that so the arrows are pointing toward the building where they're going to be used. And I could build it like right here, but I'd rather not do that. So let's see, that would be another space and another space. There we go. This is where I want power to be. I left this space so that way in the future for expansion, if I need to, I can add transformers down here. So here we go with this. Perfect. This battery holds 180 kilowatts. We're going to need a transformer. Now I'm going to turn it in this direction because it's going to be outputting to the battery and it's going to be inputting from power lines or those things. Solar cells. Words and things.
Warning.
Poor tool condition. Yeah, I know. Oh, wait. No, I want my inventory. Use a repair kit on this so I can keep building things. All right. Next, solar panels. How many can I build? Hopefully I have enough for 4. That would be ideal. I'm going to start building them here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. That's good for now. And this is not ideal, simply because each of these puts out 5 kilowatts per hour. We need 20 for the base, which is an exact amount, and that is not a good idea. You always want to have extra power generation beyond what your power is, so that way you have a surplus. Because remember, these are not going to generate power throughout the night. Once that sun goes down, we're running off the battery. Alright, but for now, let's get everything hooked up here. We need all those. Gonna need that. Gonna need that. And this. 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 And this. Okay. Start plugging things in. I'm not going to hook it up to this just yet. I would like to have some chemistry. Well, you know what, actually. I am going to hook it up now. Just so I can get, like, the first chemistry thing going. Now, we should have enough power. Why don't I have enough power? Oh, the sun's starting to go down. Oh, I know why. Well, there. Unhook that now. I forgot to put the outputs. So we are pulling in 20. It means we can output 20, but I'm going to set it to output more. That way I don't have to think about it for a little while. It's a good way to manage things. I'm also going to put an output of 50 here. In case I want to use a hook something up to the second output on this. There we go. Here on the battery, this will automatically take in however much you're sending it, but you have a target output on this as well, so yeah, I'm gonna collect resources to build more. It's gonna bother me. Still has a little bit of power, so fill our water bottle. Sun's starting to go down here. Have enough time to maybe jackhammer out some stuff real quick. That's one thing in this game. You can't do exactly what you want right now because you don't have enough time. The sun's going down or whatever. Well, you got enough time to do something else. Jackhammer a few things out. Collect a few resources. You do need them, so. Before it gets too cold, I can grab some items here. There's so much stuff in this game to unlock. Okay. Pick up all this stuff. I think I got all the loose things. Okay. All right. Back to our little habitat here. And I can go ahead and dump my rocks in here for right now. Okay. So we have our little habitat set up over there now. There's all sorts of different things. So there's science benches you can put in there. There's agricultural items you can put in there. I do really want to unlock the scrubber. The scrubber is what allows you to scrub the CO2 environment and turn it into breathable oxygen. And the sooner you get that up and have it powered, the faster, because it does take a long time for that to fill that base up with breathable oxygen. So the sooner you can put it in there, the earlier the better, and it'll start working slowly but surely to get that oxygen up. And once it's built up, then you can take your helmet off inside there. You can also put a bed in there, all sorts of good things. Storage, all that fun stuff. So eventually we are going to be moving out of this into that. And there's also obviously a bunch of other building types that you can set up to. Habitats and whatnot. So that is what we're looking forward to. For right now, I have an extra empty water bottle. For right now, I think our next goal, I don't have to carry these. For our next goal, we are going to go track down that mission maybe. See what that is over there. It's only 800 meters away and we have a vehicle to go to it. So there's that. Let's see. It's only 9 p.m. But there's not really a whole lot for me to do in here. There is external oxygen in here. Go ahead and sleep with my helmet off for now. So I'm going to max out the sleep time. Sleeping for days and days sitting in a chair sucks. It'd be nice to have a bed eventually. And it's too cold for me to go out and do anything, so we'll sleep again. We'll sleep until 8. So the temperature, like 7 p.m., or excuse me, 7 a.m., you do have daylight, but the temperature's still cold until 8 o'clock. So I'm going to sleep until 8, so the temperature's warm enough for me to go outside in my suit. It also gives an extra hour of charging time to the battery there. All right. Have some breakfast. All right, helmet is on. Head on outside. All right. So this should be charging. It is. Cool. And for today, plug that in. I'm going to set the output to 20 because it has a demand of 20. That means that the battery will not store anything that the solar panels are producing this morning. Alright, see. So those open on their own when it's powered properly. And of course, you can always come here, have this structure icon selected. It tells you what the required power is and what you're supplying. Okay. But first things first. Let's see. Eventually we want all of these. But I'm going to go ahead and do this process if I can. It takes a CO2 and 4 hydrogen. Well, I don't have the 4 hydrogen. Gives us methane and water back. So if we want hydrogen, we can do this. It's 4 water bottles and give us 8 hydrogen and 3 oxygen bottles back. Did I say 4 water bottles? Indeed, 4 water bottles. Okay. We're probably going to need to make some more water bottles for this, for the time being. Okay. Let's see what we have. Because we definitely want to have 1 extra water bottle on us at all times. Obviously. So that means that is not counting in our total. We have a water bottle here. Water bottle here. Water and water. Okay, we have all 4 water bottles. I'm going to go ahead and fill up that one. Fill water bottle. Fill water bottle. Okay. Even though it was only one that needed filling, guess what? The one in my suit needed filling too, so we did both of those. Okay, you. Set recipe. Set recipe, it took the water bottles out automatically. There's all these different things that I don't know exactly. The temperature, pressure, time. I'm not sure exactly what those need to be for different things, but this sets it in accordance with what's required by the recipe. So it's already set at 80 degrees Celsius, 1500 HPA, and 20 minutes. So we are going to start the reaction. It's not going to take the full 20 minutes. As you can tell, it's already 10%. But we'll get that going while we go on our mission. Still 10 a.m., so it's still pretty early in the day. And we are going to go see what that blue indicator is over there. So let's go riding. 800 meters that way. And there's some cool stuff to see along the way. Like there's that tower thing over there. Definitely want to check that out. Actually, I am going to divert and do that tower because that is before we get to that 600 meter mark. So we're taking a slight detour. Trying to get things done. I'm trying to keep this video under 2 hours. Alrighty. Nifty little tower. Can I go up this? No. Can't go up the ladder. Boo. Start hacking. Alright. How to hack. Guess 3 unique symbols. Each symbol must be different. The sequence of symbols is not important. So they do not have to be in the right order. You just have to have the right 3 symbols. And it'll tell you 2 correct, 0 correct, correct sequence, but this is also correct sequence. Okay. Alrighty. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 symbols. So, any 3. Well, I guessed right on the first one. Okay, cool. That makes it easier. Downloading satellite data. Pen drive, chemistry. Yeah, I'll take that. If I remember right, the pen drives, you can put them inside the different workbenches and science tables like the chemistry table to unlock different things, so that's handy. Anything that will save you time unlocking stuff. A little bit of airtime there, not much. Wait, did I go past it? Where'd my objective go? It's under me? It's 120 meters down? You gotta be kidding me. How am I supposed to do that? It's like 90 meters below me. What the hell? Yeah, it's 90 meters below the surface. Well, I'd say that's a bug. Salvage operation. Prepare and drive ATV back to Alpha Base. Well, that's not where Alpha Base is. Huh. Pretty sure Alpha Base is not 90 meters under the dirt. Wow. Okay, so occasionally you'll have a question mark like this. If you go near the question mark and investigate, it'll tell you a little bit more about that location. But where am I at? I'm there. Workshop, that, okay, yeah. That's me. Well, since that's the situation, let's go check out this question mark Endeavor Crater. I'm going to set this as a waypoint. Track that in yellow, just so I know where I'm going. And also workshop. Let's set this as home. So now that says home. Let's change that as green. Ah, no. Remove that pin. Okay, so we have home. That way we can find our way home, and new pin. Because you definitely don't want to get lost out here and get caught outside in the elements. Okay. A little bit of error. It's another 700 meters. Be mindful of how far you've traveled because you have to go back. It's already noon, so we'll have we won't have a lot of time to spend over this way right now. Huh. Interesting little tunnel. I'm not going to go spelunking that right now. But I will get off of here real quick so I can pull up my tablet and mark it. Okay, map. There we go. We are here. Name. Tunnel. I'm not going to add it to track right now. It's just on there, so that way if I want to refer back to it, find it again, I can. Continue on with our journey. I see the potential to grind some things. However, it sucks I don't have a level 2 grinder yet. We'll get there though. Let's see. We know we're going to need to salvage. So we'll mark that as a salvage. Put a new pin here again. Name. Salvage. That way we can find these spots again pretty easily. If we want to set them as waypoints to navigate to, we can. But the main thing I'm looking for, food. Okay, circuit boards are always good. And supplies. Another water bottle. Okay. Circuit boards, circuit boards, circuit boards. So we got 2 large and a medium and a small. Here's food. Another small. Jeez Louise. Killing my inventory slots with circuit boards. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like circuit boards, but... Take everything that's not nailed down. That is my whole inventory. Holy crap. Okay. For right now, I'm going to drop the waste. Wonder what happens if I grind up waste. No, it doesn't let me grind it. It will grind a few things here. I'm not going to spend a ton of time grinding right now, though, because there is other stuff to check out. Ah! Go down. Let's see. Z. Oh, there's another circuit board in here. Jesus. So many circuit boards. Stuff outside. That's what I'm looking for. I hate to drop circuit boards. I'm going to drop some water bottles here. I can always make more. They're relatively cheap and easy to make. It's over here. And these stack. So take that. Any other food? Those are the circuit boards I dropped. Or not the circuit boards, the other circuit board. Those are the bottles I dropped over there. Okay. That's it for here for right now. Food. Alright. We're here. I'm going to go west by northwest. So about in that direction. Oh, there it is. Like, I can see it from here. I really need to consider going back pretty soon because base is 1,600 meters that way. But this is so close over here. I still haven't hit that question mark. I'm going to have to come back when I have a faster vehicle. This is a habitat, so there's a good chance that there will be other food and possibly another tablet, abandoned tablet. Which, those are the things we like, food and tablets. The more food you can find, the less you have to worry about making. Alright. Go ahead and angle us this way. Seeing, I'm probably going to be coming back to these sites later on when I have... Oh, tablet right here. Perfect. When I have a better grinder. Because while right now, yes, I can grind these things down, I still can't grind down any of the other base component things. So, food, yep. It's in here. Nothing I can see. Oh, there's something outside. This electric motor, sure. And here, what do we got? Anything? Solar cell, sure. Another circuit board. Jeez. So many damn circuit boards. Does that fill my inventory completely? I do have one spot up there. Although this is a busted circuit board, so I'm just going to leave that. Yes, you can repair them, but I'm running out of inventory space. I don't have space to keep all this stuff. Another circuit board, medium. Lordy, lordy, lordy. What's that? That's a pack of screws, isn't it? They stack. Something over here. More screws. They stack. Alright. That's it for now. It's getting late. You gotta make it all the way back to base. Let's go home. Four ATVs at 69% power. All right. Real quick, while I still have a little bit of power here. So remember, my battery's not that full. Okay, this finished up. Oh, crap, I don't have space. Stupid inventory space. Inventory space will get better to manage a little bit later on. Come on. Alright, dump circuit boards. Like crazy. Okay. There. So many circuit boards. Like, holy shit. Alright. The battery does have a little bit of charge, but it's not going to last very long. So, come in, grab this. Grabby grab. Yay, hooray. We did it. This, decoding USB storage, pen drive, start decoding. It's going to take some time. Hopefully, have enough time. You guys still got a little bit of charge coming through at all? Oh, nope, they just went to 0. So now it's completely running off the battery. Hopefully we have enough battery charge for it to finish decoding. Pen drive chemistry. Come on. Hurry up. While that's decoding, you can go ahead and check what's on these. Well, wait. Now, I want to wait to check what's on these until after the pen drive decodes. Pen drive is going to give us a little bit of chemistry technology, and that I don't want to double up on what's on the tablets. Come on, pen drive. Come on, pen drive. It's just like waiting for computer files to transfer on your computer. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. There we go. Finished decoding pen drive. Unlocked recipe. NPK fertilization synthesis. Okay. That's going to be something for... Okay, so right now, unlock that, or unplug that. Okay. Suit battery's getting down there again. Close that. Turn that off. How is external oxygen's good? Take helmet off for now. Okay, let's see what we can learn. Use this workshop printer. Nice. Large replaceable accumulator 1. Industrial energy converters. That is transformer expansion and wind turbine. Ooh. And silicon purification. That is silicon purification is one of the main things that we're going to need for so many other things. So we are going to unlock that. And let's use the other tablet. Bigger inventory, night vision. Both those are great. Large replaceable accumulator again. Oh, bigger inventory lets me carry around base supplies in a box. Frees up inventory space. Night vision, I need that because it's blocking on the tech tree moving forward at one point. But I really like that. Really like the sound. I'm gonna go with that for now, just to be able to carry more shit around. a little easier. What that opened up just now was the ability to... Oh, that's right. It unlocked the tech in the tech tree, but it did not open it for me. Sound or mechanics? Yes. Box for circuits. That's... Oh, bigger inventory. Here we go. Absolutely taking that. See, along the top path here, I'm wrong. Okay, so to get to the second leg, you don't need the top path at all. So night vision wasn't blocking me. Although night vision is good to have, and also night vision opens up detector 3 eventually, but I don't even have detector 2 yet. So, yeah. Definitely need the small built-in accumulator 1 to unlock all-terrain vehicles, which, if you follow this along up here, that eventually leads to the science tech bench, which unlocks round 2 of everything here. But there's a lot of other stuff in here I want to. I was hoping to get the workbench technology unlocked, so that way I could get the jackhammer 2 and lead into grinder 2 as well. Those would have been nice. Alright. Electricity. Give me another point. I did not take this technology. It would have been nice, but still behind silicon purification, which I did unlock silicon purification, but that does not mean that I've had the actual reaction. See, here it is here. Silicon purification. So I unlocked this recipe, but it did not give me... Where's the recipe I just did a minute ago? Oh, water electrolysis. See? Okay, so I did the water electrolysis. The branches are coming out here. Next, you would normally do the silicate glass protection, which leads to silicon purification. But I've already unlocked this, so I'll be able to run this recipe in that bench. Once I have the reaction from that recipe, then that unlocks all these little things for silicon purification. Here. Don't know if this is one. No, that's a different one. That there, which is medium solar panels, which is really nice. So, yeah. Anyway, so we unlocked a few cool things. The main thing right now, make me a box. We're going to get another box for circuits and pen drives. A box for building materials. That's the one we just unlocked. I'm going to get a box for rocks. And a box for chemical supplies. So basically all these boxes have little extra inventory spaces in them, and you can put them in other inventory slots. So you can have these boxes sitting inside of chests, or you can carry them, and they allow you to carry more things. Oh, whoops. Gotta get them out of inventory. So, that box. Thank you. Now, you'll notice, if I click on these things, they disappear. Because they went in the box. For example, all of this. So nice. All that's in a box now. Screws can go in there too. So much more inventory space now. So I'll keep the first aid on me. Open this up. Get some of these boards. because now that I have another board for circuits, because this one is full. That one's full. This one has a couple in it, but it still has a whole bunch of space. So if I'm out and about, since the circuit boards don't stack even if they're the same type, I can pick up a bunch of them and have them in one inventory slot. Very, very nice. Very handy. All right. Okay. So there we go. What time is it? It is almost midnight for this character. And max time is 7:58. I'm fine with that. That's 2 minutes until 8 o'clock when we would normally go out. All right. It's still got that marked over there, which is wrong. Go ahead and put on our helmet. Let's swap O2, swap water. Battery's getting kind of low. Suit battery, that is. Grab this, grab this, grab this. Swap suit battery. All those things are fresh. Hunger. I hunger. Thank you. Breakfast. And we have our helmet on. Good. All right. Fill our water bottle. Okay. Cool. Oh, whoops. That's our extra. Oxygen. We need to fill that. And the only place that we can fill that right now is in this capsule. However, do I have other O2 bottles that are filled currently? I do. I've got plenty. So, swapping that out there. Cool. So, all our bars are up and everything. Again, well, plug this in temporarily. I just want to see something real quick. So, select recipe. Oh, that's a good one too. CO2 bottle. Not bad. The one that we really, really need though is this one. We have silicon rock. We do not have chlorine. We need 2 chlorines. It's going to give us back pure silicon and 1 chlorine. I need more chlorine. I don't have any right now. So that's a problem. Chlorine, as I understand it, you get from drilling out lots and lots and lots of rocks. And occasionally you might get 1 drop of chlorine. So it's going to take a while to accumulate that. We'll see. Let's see. Well, I'm not going to worry about the other stuff right now. Right now, I want my battery to recharge. So we're going to unplug that, drop that on the ground. No power is going through. Another way to do that is I can still just come in here and zero this out. So I can zero that out, leave this plugged in, nothing's going out. It's going to save the energy. So that's what we're going to do for now. Question. How many more of these can I make? Oh, wait. Nope. I wanted to actually look at the numbers. I can make 2 more panels. It'd be ideal if I can make 3 more. I'm missing solar cells. Well, let's go see how many solar cells we can make in the fabricator. Pick that up. Pick these up. Okay. Solar cells. How many can we make? Because we'll need a few. If we can make 10, that'll be great. That means I'm also going to need another small circuit board. Yeah, the circuit boards are annoying when you're trying to conserve energy. Or, excuse me. Circuit boards are annoying because you do use a lot of them, but they take up a lot of space in your inventories. Alright, blueprints. We want more solar panels. And since I like to have things nice and straight, I was only going to make 3, but I've got 4. 4 down, so as long as we have the materials for them. Cool. Ooh, I'm going to run out of materials, actually. I'm short on electronics. Got enough for one more. Oh, nope. Short on solar cells. Ooh, it needs 5 solar cells per panel. So I need 3 more solar cells. I'm going to need 1 more electronic. Actually, 3 and 5, 8 more solar cells. 1 more electronic. Need 8 more of these if I can make them. I don't even have the materials to make them. At the very least, I can do 3. Electronics. Damn. Okay. Need a lot more inventory, or a lot more materials, I should say. So I can grind that out. Finish building this. I don't know if I'm going to have the electronics to make another one of these, though. Transformer. Yeah, I'm short 3 electronics. Gonna make 3 electronics. No. I'm short 4 silicon. Wow. Okay. Get 4 silicon. Come on. This is iron. Need silicon. There's my drill point. Oh, I got potassium. This iron also? Or is it just not telling me what I picked up? Or I haven't picked them up yet. Because I'm done. Yeah. That's right. This is what happens when you're alone for too long on Mars, stranded there. Start being dumb. Okay. Gotta watch that clipping. So glad they added these weak points that you can mine out now. So it makes it go a lot quicker. When you can find them, that is. Just wait until we get our grinders. So much better. Okay. Let's pick all this up, baby. It's way more silicon than we absolutely needed for right now, but obviously we're going to go through it. Okay. Now, the one thing is, with the rock box, it will not, as far as I understand it, it won't automatically draw it into here. So you still have to load your rocks in, but it is an easy way to carry them. Why did I go out of that? Okay. Electronics. If we can just do 10, just do 10. Where are we at for cell? We're short on aluminum for the cells. That's fine. This is another reason why I like having the grinder level 2. Because when you go over to those other places and they have, you can see from, even from here, you can see how they have the water wells there. When you grind those down, you'll get things like electronics and solar cells and all that kind of stuff from those things. It's awesome. Signal received from the probe. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. Where's that at? That's... And we'll check that in a minute. Okay. First things first. Build this. And we want to rotate it going that way. There we go. Same as this. Okay. Here's how we deal with this. You can take this. And that's from this one. Okay. Put that there. These are the 3 new ones. And welcome to the spaghetti mess. cables running every which way. My old audio-visual teacher would be slapping me right now. Sorry, Mrs. B. It's terrible. Alright, and the output from this, take and run to the input of this. And that is daisy chaining. So we have 3 panels on the 3 of the inputs here, 4 more on the inputs here. Output from this going to the open input here, and then the output still going there. That also means, first of all, what are we pushing through here? Let's do 40. It's only actually pushing 20, but how are you not in use on these inputs? Okay, so it's inputting 35, which we have 7 times 5 is 35, so that's right. So it's inputting 35. The building requirement is 20, so we could set this to 20 and have an extra 15. Currently, the battery is full. Okay. However, we're going to do a little charge right now. See battery charge to 100%. Okay. And then we swap it out with this one. That's almost completely dead. Charge this bad boy up. It's going a lot quicker than it previously was. 82, 91, 100%. Okay. Then we'll swap this one out. Charge the things while you can. Because if something happens, like a nasty storm takes my stuff out, or whatever, then I'll have extra stuff charged so that way I don't have to worry about it. Always be prepared. Now we don't have to carry all these batteries on us right now, but we have them all charged up, which that's great. Alright, so let's put 3 of these batteries in here. Actually, no, let's put 2 of those batteries in here. There. Alright. Nope. Didn't want to do that. I wanted to eat. I am hungry, so I will consume things. Alright, we're good. We are good to go. Yeah, when you get the higher level grinders and you grind down things that are like base, not base structure like the buildings themselves, but base components like these things, oh man, it is so sweet. You don't have to worry about building supplies very much anymore after that. Alright. Let's see if I can see on the map. Yeah. So even though the other thing was telling us to go this way for the signal for alpha base, this is actually alpha base over here. Actually, remove that. We're going to need to go right about there. Name. Alpha base. And we'll track that in red because that's where we blew up. That's actually that way. And it's 1,700 meters as opposed to the 800 that's telling me. This is not filled right now. So go ahead and we'll go ahead and charge that today. Because it's at 50% battery level. We'll let that charge up. And then tomorrow we're going to adventure over to Alpha Base. It's already only 4 in the afternoon, so yeah, we'll let that charge up. However, set this to 20. It did not. Oh, it's going to affect me charging my thing. Well, we can do what we can do. Because we got to keep rolling with the research. Okay. So, really want that. Don't have that. One silicon, one calcium. Gives us that. One carbon dioxide, 4 hydrogen. We just did the hydrogen not long ago, right? If I remember right. Where is box for chemical supplies? Yeah. So split that. Okay. There's our 4 hydrogen. CO2 bottle. Actually, I'm going to make 2 CO2 bottles. I'll tell you why in a minute here. Oh, damn. Aluminum. That daggone aluminum. Okay. I'm just making one, I guess. Nope. Hit your inventory, damn it. And it's not full. That's so dumb. And I can't fill it here, because this is O2 only. And I don't have a scrubber. Daggone. So if I get hit with a sandstorm, I'm screwed. I don't want to use one of those. Sucks that it didn't give it to me with CO2 in it. Crap. Do I not have the scrubber technology yet? I guess I don't. Where is scrubber? Is it in here or here? Probably in here. Pump, 3D printer, corridors. Yeah, CO2 scrubber. I didn't see it in my build list previously. Okay, that's a problem. So, yeah, we definitely want the CO2 scrubber. Sun's starting to go down. Unplug you. The battery's probably... Yeah. It is what it is. Where are we going? You guys are still going? Alright. In use. 5. Really? Should have a lot more than 5 going out. Wait a minute. It's only registered. It's only registering one of these? What's up with that? I mean, if one has power, they should all have power. That should be 20. Yeah, that's not cool. That's taking on 20 each. Maybe it's only listening because that's all that's needed. That shouldn't be the case, though. Anyway. See how bad this power is. Over here, I want my scrubber. Not that. Blueprints. Where's my scrubber? Resources. Scrubber. Yes. Okay, so CO2 scrubber. Absolute necessity. Do I have everything to make it? I do. Okay. CO2 scrubber. It's going to tell me no power. Yep. With the scrubber in here, it currently says 20, but that's going to go up as soon as I turn that scrubber on. I think it takes like 4 power, if I'm not mistaken, when it's on. We shall find out. But right now, another day. The days in this game go quick. They go very, very quick. So with the scrubber, that allows you to fill your CO2 bottles. You don't even have to have pressure and environment in there because there's plenty of CO2 to go around. And the scrubber will let you fill your CO2 bottles, which is amazing. Let's see, we have plenty of internal or external oxygen here. So we can take our helmet off. Have a comfortable sleep. I just want to get through this day. Or this night, I should say. Later on, you will have a suit that can withstand colder temperatures, so you'll be able to operate at night and so on. For right now, it's not our option. Apparently at 11 o'clock last night, we had a tornado. So we will have to survey base damage and everything as well. 750. That'll give us 10 minutes before freezing cold. Okay. Helmet on. Yep. Notice how the box looks dusty inside here. That means the outside of this capsule is dusty as well. We are going to need to de-dust things, which kind of sucks. But since we have our scrubber online, we'll be able to fill CO2 bottles. So, I'm not so worried about this capsule. Not that worried about it. Actually, no, I think it does run off of solar, so I better blow it. It's like I said, I think this does run off of solar or something. You can't see on the very top, but it might. Now, as you can see, this is taking a while to de-dust. It's a larger structure than just a solar panel, so it takes a little bit more effort to get all the dust off. And granted, you don't have to go around it or anything like that. You can just spray the same spot, no big deal. Since this is our only water supply, this definitely needs to go. Smaller structure goes a lot quicker. Okay. Obviously, we need power. Absolute necessity for the base. And on the right-hand side, you'll notice where it says CO2 bottles. I have one empty. I have one that's going down as I'm using it. The one empty is the one that we made. And then I still have one at 100%. Now, if you're using your gun, your air gun here, and it runs out of CO2 while you're using it, it will auto-switch to the next available bottle. However, if you left it on an empty bottle, that's at 0%, and you switch off of it and you switch back to it, it will not automatically have a useful bottle selected. I'll show you that real quick. Actually, legit show you that real quick, because this does need to plug in. And now when I switch back to my CO2, I have an empty bottle. I can't spray anything. It's not spraying. Right? This needs to be dedusted. So when that happens, you want, with the gun in your hand, use the middle mouse wheel to select the next bottle. And then once you're on one that has CO2 in it, you're good to go. Now, the downside to having a larger base is when storms like this happen, you have a whole lot more stuff to clean off. That's why a lot of players will sit there and be like, oh, I'm just going to clean off my solar panels and not the whole base. But like I said before, if you don't clean the base off, then eventually it'll start breaking and start venting out over time. You'll have to keep repairing it until you do blast it off. So you might as well just do it earlier. And with a larger base, it does take about a full, Mars day cycle to do it. It sucks, but better to get it done early. And you'll notice you can still clean it off from the inside here too. See how I'm dusting it on the inside? And it is working. This room is a large room. It takes a long time to blow this off. Really sucks. And it will use up your bottles. All right. Wait until this bottle's completely empty. Okay. That's all 3 of my bottles right there. Now if we go here to the scrubber, we have to set it. I don't know if you guys remembered from my alpha base video, but you have these knobs and things to select and turn. And you got to keep that temperature under 100. That's actually about perfect right there. So this is going to make 12 liters per hour of oxygen. The temperature is at 98. Let's see if I hit this. And it's telling you the kilowatts, 7.73. Flip this up, temperature goes down, but the kilowatts go up to 9. But that still doesn't mean I can turn this up to get a higher output. So, what if I do this one down? Yeah, still the same, 7.73. Okay. But the nice thing about this is I can fill my CO2 bottles right here. I just gotta start and, oh, no power. Because with it started, 27.73. So that means if I go out here, and up this, 28. Up it to 28, these doors should open automatically. Yep, we got power back. Cool. So now go here. It is started. And I'm going to fill some CO2 bottles. Okay. And spray off my equipment. Gotta make sure everything's clean, so it doesn't break on me. Now, the one thing I don't typically worry about are, see, the equipment's clean, but the cables are not. I don't typically worry about the cables. Not like it takes much to clean the cables off, but still. So you can even clean the cables off, dedust those. Those are the one thing that I have not noticed a change in the game as far as reliability they still perform just as well as they did dusty or clean, doesn't matter. But just for safety's sake, all right, that's everything. Go back in here one more time. Hit this bad boy. Fill a CO2 bottle again. Now, notice in the bottom left, external oxygen, which is this room. It's pretty much next to nothing, but it's got the 3 green arrows kind of going up a little bit like that. That means that it's slowly filling with oxygen. Over time, that will fill up. So during the day, when I have plenty of power going into the system, I have plenty of power going in the system because I like to keep my batteries up. Plenty of power going in during the day, 28 to keep that running. At nighttime, I'm going to shut it down. It will still continue to hold the oxygen that's in there already. Yeah, 12.73, yeah. See, that's okay, because the battery has no more space in it. Okay, gotcha. I was figuring something out for myself, sorry. So, it's already noon. Alpha base is 1,700 meters in that direction. That's a whole day trip, basically, to go out there and back. So, we're not doing that today, like I said we were going to. Sorry, kids. That's going to be tomorrow. Again, we got to wait one more day. So, in the meantime, bust some rocks down. Because we still need our tech points. We still need materials. Basically, busting down rocks, that's my go-to activity for, you know, things didn't go the way they were planning to go because of a storm or something. Ate up my time. So, busting down rocks is how I deal with that, fill the gap type thing. And again, we need some of those chemistry items that you occasionally get from busting down rocks. So, there's that. Gotta get every last bit. One thing that they did have happen before in early access, I don't know if they fixed the problem for the main game, is if you, say you broke all these things apart, right? And then you built your base right here, occasionally the rocks would respawn unintentionally, and they'd respawn through your base. And I don't think the things are supposed to respawn. Pretty sure they're not, but occasionally it would do that in early access, which was frustrating. So to avoid that, just to be certain, I would avoid building on top of areas where there were previously rocks that you've cleared out. Ooh. This one, I think, is maybe calcium. I need aluminum, though. That's what I really need. That calcium, nice. Need some aluminum though. That's what I'm running low on. Aluminium, as they say. Alright, what's this rock? Is this aluminum by chance? Nope, this is probably another calcium. Oh, this is aluminum. Yes, thank you. Need this. I'm grabbing all of this. Breaking rocks for now, and then tomorrow we go to Alpha Base. I'm bound and determined to hit Alpha Base. See the aftermath of the explosion. And there should be some good loot there. Although, the base is probably going to be irradiated, so I won't be able to stay long just yet. Later on, we'll be able to go back, spend a little bit more time. But for now, looking forward to going tomorrow because there's another vehicle you get to pick up there. It used to be pick up a heavy rover there, which is a really nice vehicle to have. I think they've changed it since then, so I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I know, this isn't the most exciting thing, breaking apart rocks, but this is part of the game. You gotta do it. You gotta survive. You need resources. Alright. Yes, all the aluminum. Tasty, tasty aluminum. Oh, so good. That might be an aluminum one down there too, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Alright. Put you guys in here. Rocks. Rocks. Yep. Awesome. Even got a little bit of calcium in there. What was that one process? I think it was silicon that I needed. But I only needed like one. Also, CO2. So I've got 3 CO2 bottles. I've got 3 CO2 bottles. That's what I'm using for the base whenever I need to dedust it. So I want to print another CO2 bottle. If I can type. Add that. Thank you. Getting low on iron as well. Now we have a way to fill the CO2 bottles too. Alright. So for right now, you guys go in here. Alright. Fill up my water bottle. I'm thirsty. Ah, shit. Sun's starting to go down. Fill CO2. Thank you. Select recipe. Which one was it? That needs calcium and a silicon. That's fine. This was the one. CO2 and hydrogen. Yep. Set recipe. Not going to start reaction yet, though. Because it's getting dark out. And I don't want this thing to drain my whole battery. So on here, set that to 0. That's all 0 now. Is this at 100%? It is. Excellent. Just leave the cable there because I'll recharge it again there. All right. Hunger, suit battery, all the things. I'm gonna fill my oxygen bottle in my suit. External oxygen is so good, so we'll take the helmet off. Have a little bit of dinner. Get 1 calcium out of here. Because that one recipe was for one of each of these. 1 silicon, 1 calcium. That I think is for the glass recipe. So, the chemistry recipe, that is. And we're going to sleep a lot of extra time tonight. Hopefully we don't get hit with any crazy-ass storms or anything. Because I do want to go to Alpha Base. Okay, that's just colder than normal temperatures, alright. Up this to 750. Alright, there we go. Hunger. Starting to go through them. The helmet on. Right here. You notice the little bit of red border that there was around my visor. It's gone now. That was due to the cold from the environment. That up. Basically, I'm using this for a quick and dirty charging station when I can. Charge my suit battery while I can before I turn everything else on. Alright, suit battery's nice and full. Pretty much everything's full except for hydration, which that's not going to take but a minute. Alright, set this to 28. Alright, two things. This is still set. Start reaction. Believe this reaction goes pretty quickly. Water electrolysis. I'm basically doing this just so that way I can have it opened up on the tech tree. We'll do the glass one next. Well, we'll get this done, and then we'll do the glass one. This is taking longer than I expected it to, though. Of course, the thing does say 45 minutes of game time. So, I guess that's right. What we can do while it's running, go out here, get on this guy. I don't want to drive him over the cables. Don't know if it really matters. I will take this guy and aim him in that direction, because that's the direction we're going for alpha base. Let's fill our water. There we go. All my bars are looking pretty good now. Cool, it's finished. Gave us 2 water bottles and some methane. Hooray. Select recipe, this, set, good to go. We're not waiting around for it, it'll run while we're... What is that? Oh, home. What the hell was that? Ideally, I would not carry these with me, but yeah, we gotta get going. Burning daylight. So let's go to Alpha Base. And the quest marker says it's way over there. That's not correct. Alpha Base is over this direction. And it's distance. So... And there probably are going to be a couple of abandoned bases on the way. I don't want to stop long for those on the way out. If we want to look at them on the way back, that's one thing, but... Let's get it. Home sweet home. Back where it all began. High radiation level warning. Okay. So, if you're in a high radiation area, you don't instantly die. It will take off from your life bar gradually, but the whole thing is we want to grab that vehicle right inside there. But I don't know if we're going to be able to, because I don't know if it left me the battery for it. First aid kit, oxygen bottles, things like that, CO2 bottle. So yeah, that's in here. There's no battery in it. Usually the battery's on the shelf. So, because my quest is glitched, I can't do this right now. Which, that sucks. Hopefully it'll be fixed by saving and then reloading. I suppose while I'm here, I can try that. So bear with me a moment while we save our game and reload. Yeah, I have a game called Fuck It, so... save game. Glitch Alpha. Yep. Now we load game. Glitch Alpha. And I'll see you guys when we get back from the loading screen here. All right, we are all loaded. Let's see. Alpha base. 605 meters that way. Let's see. Messages. Salvage operation. Really? Telling me it's 600 meters that way. Alright. See what happens when I go over there. I'm still saved in this spot here, so... hopefully, this isn't a wild goose chase. Item of note from the base. Up there, there's another tower. There's going to be more tech to grab from that. Getting closer now. Hopefully this isn't something that's buried beneath the darn sand and stuff. But it probably is underneath. Yeah, nothing here. It's under us. Try again. So even though it's version 1 release, obviously their quest system has some glitchiness to it. Definitely going to be reporting that to the devs. Hopefully they fix that pretty soon. Now, I am in the campaign mode. If you play in the sandbox mode, you probably won't have that issue because you won't have quest objectives in the sandbox other than just trying to advance your technologies yourself and so on. So if you play in sandbox mode, you probably should be fine. Playing campaign mode, the quest system's a bit buggy. Yeah, it's still bugged out over there. I wonder if I have to align myself being like 600 meters away from the base in a particular direction. That's north by northeast. So if I go south by southwest, about 600 meters from this marker, maybe? I don't know. Very annoying. But I do want to see something while I'm over here. So we've got heavy radiation on this side near that bay. If I just drive over to the other side of the base, there's still heavy radiation. Is there anything in there I can salvage and recover? Now, if I had the ability to salvage with a level 2 grinder, that'd be great, but I don't. So I'll have to stick to, like, basic stuff. And so far, so good for radiation, but I don't think the radiation hits you until you get off of your... I don't think radiation hits you until you get off of the rover. However, things like these areas where they had plants growing.
Oh, radiation detected.
Jesus. Like, majorly going off. Okay, yeah. Don't come over here. Leave, go. Leave, get out of the area. I am dying. It's a good thing I have a save game over there. Holy cheesin'. Alright. So, yeah. Don't go to the other side of the base. Holy crap. Well, going back home. Over this structure here. There was this little base thing here. Let's go see what we can recover out of this, if anything. Alright. We like food. We like this. Another water bottle. How many water bottles do I have? A bunch. I don't really need another one. More food. Food's yummy. I like food. Circuit board.
New item in circuit box.
Okay, thanks. Weird, never told me that before. What's this? Okay. Circuit
New
board.
item in circuit box.
That's so strange that it's telling me that. It's never told
New
me
item
that
in
before.
circuit box.
Holy shit. Well, that just, I think, filled up the circuit box. Oh no. Okay, I've got more space in there, but damn. There's a bunch of boards. There's another one. Oh,
New item
shit.
in circuit box.
Another circuit board.
New item in circuit box.
It's all well and good, but I was kind of hoping for someone shoved fertilizer or something in here. Kind of hoping for a tablet. Maybe there's one up here. Electronics, nice. Another circuit board. Holy crap.
New item in circuit box.
No tablet. Alrighty then. I think we're parked on this side. I think, yeah. Alright. Let's move on back to base. This sucks. If I can't progress the quest line because it's glitched through the environment, it is a possibility that I may switch this game over to a survival game, since I haven't gone that far down the path. Another big structure over here. But since I haven't gone that far down the path of unlocking everything and building, I'm not that far into the game, I may switch this over to just a sandbox playthrough instead of campaign playthrough. Because the campaign seems to be a little glitchy. And if I'm glitched out from where I can't continue on, then, you know, there's no point in that. Let's see. Let's check in here, though. What's in D-space? It's my character breathing at me. Screws. Screw you. It's usually stuff over here. Yep. More rocket fuel. More food. Yep. Like the electronics. Okay. Yeah, I'm just doing the grab stuff instead of grinding everything down. Save time, because we do need to get back to base before the sun goes down on us, which is going to be pretty soon. Shocking that there's no tablet on this one either. So 2 bases, no tablet. Really surprising. Usually we get more tablets in that. Alright. Yeah, I know I'm going the wrong way. Or am I? It's the right way for exploration. Actually, I think this is the way that it came down. That's why I picked up so much speed and got this thing up to 70 miles an hour getting over here. This thing will go 22 miles an hour on flat land, so it going uphill, if it maintains 22 miles an hour, it doesn't matter. It's the same rate speed. But going uphill, once I crest on this hill, I might be able to go down and go a lot faster. That's why I went this way as opposed to the other way. Hopefully I didn't make a grave error in judgment and something that's going to fling me off this thing and kill me. We shall see. Now, granted, even if you're playing campaign, you don't have to do the campaign objectives. You can still play it like a survival, normal sandbox survival game. I was just kind of hopeful. Oh well. Oh, and I forgot that darn pole over by Alpha Base. That's alright. Alright, let's see how crazy this downhill slope is going to be. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This one feels real good. There we go. First airborne. Getting up there. 75. I'll watch this. Oh. Look at that. Now that's some air right there. Hell yeah. Back down to 22 miles an hour. Oh. That's fun stuff when you can sit there and get some air like that. That's awesome. Alright, it's already almost 5:30 in the game here. ATVs run at 55% power. It would have been nice if I could have gotten that truck. So the truck, as I understand it, has a solar panel on the top of it, so it charges itself, which is really nice. I think you can load the ATV in the bed of that truck too, and so you can drive around. Now granted, it's essentially a Cybertruck, but on the surface of Mars, I'm going to forgive that. Yeah, surface of Mars I can forgive running around in a Cybertruck. That's fine. There is also an achievement in the game if you find Tesla's car that they launched to Mars. It is on the surface, so if you find that, you'll get a Steam achievement.
Pressure. Low pressure warning.
Okay. Oh, I thought I started the reaction. I could have swore we started this reaction before we left. It did give me a notification in my messages. I just don't know what they were. Meteorite probe, which I haven't done any of those yet. Follow survival procedures. Yeah, those are completed quests. Notifications. Yeah. Okay, well, the day is ending.
Pressure.
Oh yeah, I forgot to look. How much pressure do we have up in there? Not a whole lot, but change this over to 0.0. And we'll go ahead and plug this bad boy in. Okay, so my health is hurting a bit. I do have some health packs around. I still believe I have these two, yep. External oxygen's good. Sweet.
Oxygen source external.
Go ahead and grab these now because I'm going to be using these. Wait, first aid, yeah. There we go, back up to full. Stomach's pretty good. All this other stuff pretty solid. So I really didn't blast through too many resources or anything. I really would like a workbench over next door though. That would be sweet. So there's a bench just called the workbench where you can repair circuit boards, but you can also repair your equipment. So I only have 2 repair kits left, and yes, I can make more repair kits, but I'd rather not use the resources on that if I can avoid it. So these are the repair kits. You're talking 10 silicon, 5 aluminum, and 5 iron. I don't have that much stuff left. So I really would like to unlock that workbench. Maybe I have the technology. Hopefully. So we have 3 electrical, 1 material, and 3 mechanical. Mechanical here. You need requires unlocking technology workbench. Yeah. As well as that. Mechanical. Is the workbench here? Blueprint needed. Yeah, so to unlock the workbench, essentially, I just have to find another tablet where I can unlock the workbench from that tablet. Until I unlock workshop printer as well, this is locked. This requires blueprint well extension. So I have 1 point. Might as well get the pump, maybe? I don't know. I think I'll hold on to that point. I don't need a pump right now. So until I need the pump, yeah, until I need a pump, I'm not gonna spend the point on that. I'll save the point in case something else opens up and I need that point for something else. Here, bigger inventory. I'm not wasting points on fire extinguishers. Not gonna worry about that right now. Again, need the workbench. Yeah, this path here is pretty much locked down for me until I get workbench. Workbench would be nice because workbench. Unlocking workbench, I have 3 points. I'll be able to immediately unlock jackhammer and grinder 2. Grinder 2 I'm looking so forward to. Jackhammer 2 runs a little quicker. If I can get enough stuff for silicon purification, I can finally get detector 2. And that'll be nice. And ATV stuff here. You have motocross, which is motorcycle, essentially electric bike, and another ATV. When you open up ATV, build the new ATV that's available in here. It's worth it because it actually moves faster than the old ATV. So, and you can also get an ATV crate, so you can put storage on the ATV. Very helpful if you're going away on a longer scouting mission. The Mars truck, you can build the Mars truck. That's the thing that was in the hangar that we couldn't get because the quest was locked. Does require a few things here. So yeah, looking forward, that's what we're looking at. So I am going to go ahead and go to sleep, finish out my day. I'll sleep until 3:07. See where my hunger is and everything at that time. I'm good. There we go. Sleep until 8.
Available point for technological advancement.
Okay.
Suit power, 75%.
All right. Well, like I said, since the campaign is glitched, I'm at a crossroads. Do I start a sandbox mode or do I reload a campaign point? Well, I'll check it once or twice more, and if I can't get it to unglitch, then we'll switch over to sandbox mode. If I can get it to unglitch, then we'll go from that point. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to be notified when new videos come out, we can discover more on the surface of Mars, hit that notification button and you'll be notified when my new videos do drop. This should be running on Tuesdays and Thursdays for a period of time, so look for those videos to be released on those days. And in the future, we'll decide which path we're going to go down. If it's going to be a path of continuing this playthrough, or if we're just going to nuke this playthrough and go to sandbox mode, we'll see. It largely depends on what happens with my save game files, if I can get it to recover the campaign or not. Anyway, until next time, I hope you guys have an awesome day.